Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome again to this class. We had solved one problem on direct shear test in the morning. We'll solve some more problems on direct shear test. If you have written down, write down the second question. And if you have already written down, just raise your hand. The following results were obtained in a shear box test. It is not text. Please correct it. It is test. It is wrongly typed. Okay, the following results were obtained in a shear box test. Full stop. Determine the angle of shearing resistance and cohesion intercept. Normal stress and shear stress is given. For the first trial, normal stress is 100 and the soil sample failed at a shear stress of 130. For the second trial, normal stress was kept at 200 kilonewton per meter square and the soil sample failed at a shear stress of 185 kilonewton per meter square. For the third trial, the normal stress was kept 300 kilonewton per meter square and the soil sample failed at 240 kilonewton per meter square. All of you, please write down the question so that we can, the solution is graphical. Okay. You have to draw the graph. So here the maximum normal stress is 300. So maximum value is 300. Minimum is 100. Okay. Okay, let us draw. Let us go to the solution. We have to draw the graph. If you don't have graph sheet, if you have graph sheet, good. You can draw it in graph. If you don't have graph sheet, please use scale and pencil. Okay, I'll try to plot the graph in AutoCAD. I hope all of you can see. The graph is visible. Okay, so let's say 1 centimeter is equal to this is 1 centimeter on both the sides. I have to take same scale on both the axes. X-axis is normal stress and y-axis is shear stress. It is sigma and tau. Okay, so we have our graph sheet. So we'll mark the values. I'll take 1 centimeter. There are okay. The maximum value is 300 for normal stress. So I'll take 1 centimeter is equal to 20. So it will be 20, 40, 60, 80. 100, 120. If you have graph sheet, please mark, or even if you have scale or pencil, please draw it neatly. This is 280, and finally we have 300. Okay, for normal stress values, all we need are values of 100, 200, and 300. So I need value of 100. So I'll mark that line. Okay, I need value of 200. Okay, all these values I'll be marking in red. Okay, that's all I need. Normal stress, we have value of 100, 200, and 300. So for a normal stress of 100, for the y-axis also you have to take the same scale. Here 1 centimeter is equal to 20 kilonewton per meter square. Here also 1 centimeter should be equal to 20 kilonewton per meter square. So we'll mark all the values. The highest value is 240 here. So we'll mark values up to 240. This is 80. This is 100. Okay, next I have 140, 160, 180, 200, 220, and finally I have 240. Okay, all of you have marked everything in your graph. If you have marked everything in your graph, please if you have graph sheet and you have marked, and if you don't have, and if you have drawn everything with the scale, please raise your hand so that we can go to next step. I'll give you 1 more minute. Please mark everything. Till then, I'll just mark the lines. For shear stress, I need 130, 185, and 240. So 130. 130 is between 120 and 240. So this is 130 line. And next is 120. 185. 185 comes between 180 and 190. So it comes somewhere here, 1/4. So this is 185. I'll mark it yellow. And finally, I should know 240. So this 240, I'll mark it as yellow. Okay. So first we have to mark the points. Coordinates of first point is, okay. The first point coordinate is normal stress is okay. Normal stress is 100 and normal stress is 100. Shear stress is 130. So I have to mark this point. Second point, normal stress is 200 and shear stress is 185. I have to mark this point. For the third trial, normal stress was 300 and it failed at a shear stress of 240. So for the third trial, 300, 200. So these are the 3 points I have to mark. So already I can easily mark it here. The ortho command. So this is the first point, and this is normal stress is 100. Normal stress is 100. Shear stress is 130. Next point, normal stress is 200. Shear stress is 185. So I'll mark my point here. Third point, okay, normal stress is 300 and shear stress is 240. So I'll mark it here. Okay, all of you have marked the points. These are my 3 points. Next, I have to join it by a straight line. I have to draw it. I have to join all the 3 points using the best fit line. Okay, so this is my best fit line. Okay, so this is my graph. So if I measure the y-intercept, okay, it is okay. 0.36. So anyone, if you have drawn, what is the answer you are getting? So 1.6 bro.
76.
76. Okay, I'm also getting an answer of 76. So this y-intercept is from this point to this point. Let's change its values. And I'm getting a value of 76. So this is my c-intercept. Sorry, y-intercept, that is cohesion. Value is 76. Now I'll measure the angle. Okay, I'll take a horizontal line here. Okay, I'll take a horizontal line. If you have, we can measure it using protractor. So I'll take horizontal line measurement, angular measurement. So between this line and second line. So it is 29 degrees. I can change here 129. You can change the height of the text. So are you getting angle as 29 degrees? So this is how you plot the graph. This is how you plot a graph using direct shear test values. So this is the graph. I have these points here. 3 points, 100 comma, I have 3 points, 100 comma 130, 200 comma 185, and 300 comma 240. I joined all the line by a best fit line. Then I measured its y-intercept, which is 76 kilonewton per meter squared. Then I measure the angle, which is 29 degrees. Okay, this is how you draw graph for direct shear test. Okay, at the end of direct shear test, you will get these values. First trial, normal stress, second trial, third trial, and for each trial, at what value of shear stress the sample has failed. And after you get these values, you will plot the graph and you will find shear parameters. And these shear parameters, they are used in many calculations. They are used in calculation of earth pressure. They are used in calculation of bearing strength, etc., etc. So these shear parameters, that is cohesion, C is equal to 76 kilonewton per meter square, and phi, angle of internal friction, is equal to 29 degrees. They have many applications, or they are used in many calculations. That is to find bearing strength, and this determination of bearing strength, this certificate is very much required for nowadays. It is required to construct your house. If you don't have that certificate, you cannot construct. You cannot start the construction. So you have to conduct a direct shear test or triaxial test to find shear parameters, which are used in the calculation of bearing strength. If you have finished, if you have got the same answers, just raise your hand. We'll go to the next problem. Similar problem, only the values are changed. Anyone getting any other answers? All of you are getting the same answers, right?
Sir, here we are taking the best fit of line, then the values changes.
How much is it changing?
No, sir, I am asking. I have got the same answer, but if we take the best fit of the line, then there are chances that answer may change.
That's okay. If I am getting an answer of 76, you are getting an answer of 75, 77, plus or minus. That's okay. In graphical methods, not only in this problem, it may be any subject, any problem. When you're using graph, okay, the answers will vary, but that difference won't be shouldn't be too high. The answers must be nearer to each other, but you won't get too much difference. The difference will be very small. Okay, the one who is correcting your answer sheet, if he has an answer of 75 and in your answer sheet you are getting an answer of 76, that is correct, because there will be difference whenever you are whenever okay, you are finding answers through graphical methods. In analytical methods, the answers must match exactly, but in graphical methods, it's okay if there is some difference in answers. Okay, write down the next question. Third question. Okay, write down the question and then raise your hand. The results of a shear box test are as follows. Okay, normal stress, first trial 50, second trial 100, third trial 200, fourth trial 300 kilonewton per meter square. Shear stress at which the soil sample has failed. First trial 36, second 80, third 150, and fourth 235 kilonewton per meter square. Determine the shear parameter. Full stop. Would the failure occur on a plane within the soil mass when the shear stress is 122 kilonewton per meter square and normal stress is 246 kilonewton per meter square? If you have copied the question, please raise your hand so that we can start the solution. If you have copied the question, just draw the graph like in the previous case. Here also the maximum value is 300. Please draw the graph. If you already have graph sheet, start marking. If you don't have, you can draw the graph using scale and pencil. Okay, we'll start with the solution. I hope all of you have copied the question. So we'll first write down our coordinates. here. There are 4 coordinates. Coordinates of the first point is 50, 36. Normal stress is 50, 36. For the second point, the coordinates are 100, 80. For the third point, the coordinates are 200, 154. For the last trial, coordinates are 300, 235. So I'll write down the coordinates and then I'll start marking the points. The first point is at 50, so I'll mark a point here. 50 is at so this is 50, exactly in between 40 and 60. So 50, 100, 200, 300. So this is 50. Okay, we have marked all the x coordinates. Therefore, then we'll mark the. Then I'll mark my x coordinates. You can mark directly x, y. So the first point is 36. So it comes somewhere here. Next point is 80. So 80 is here. The next point is 154. So from here. So 154 is here. Finally, I have 235. So 235 is between 220. Okay. I have 235 here. So now I have marked all the points. So this is first point. Okay. I'll mark all the points. This is 50 comma 35, first point 36. Next I have 100 comma 80. So I'll mark it here. Next I have 200 comma 154. So 154 is somewhere here. So I'll mark the point here. The last point is 300. So 300 is here. And 300 comma 235. 235 is here. So I'll mark my point here. So I have marked all my points. Now I'll take a line. I'll draw best fit line. So this is the best fit line. Okay. It is almost intersecting all the lines. If it is passing anywhere near the origin, just draw the line through the origin. Okay. So this is the graph. The best fit line I have drawn, it is passing through the origin. So it is, if it is passing anywhere near the origin, just 2 mm, 3 mm near the origin, just pass it through the origin. All of you are getting the same answer. So this is my graph. So in my graph, C is equal to 0. Here C is equal to 0. The y-intercept is equal to 0 because the strength envelope is passing through origin. Now I'll measure the angle. I'll take angular measurement and I'll measure the angle between strength envelope and the horizontal axis. It is 38 degrees. I can change this. Just right click, properties, and in properties reduce the arrow size to, let's say, 0.75, and I'll reduce the text height to 0.75, or if it is too less, I'll increase it to 1. Okay, so angle is 38 degrees. So this is the graph. All of you are getting the same answer. Anyone has any doubts? You can please ask. Very important problems. Now these problems we solved today were based on direct shear test, where for each trial normal stress is kept constant and we go on increasing shear stress until the soil sample fails. So for a particular normal stress, we are measuring what will be the failure shear stress, and we are directly plotting the points normal stress comma shear stress on the graph, and we'll join all those points by a best fit line, and we'll measure the y-intercept, which is cohesion, and we'll measure the angle of the envelope, angle of the line, which is angle of internal friction. Now because C is equal to 0, this particular soil is cohesionless soil. C is equal to 0. This is cohesionless soil, and I told you sand. It is not sticky. Sand is cohesionless soil. So we may say that this particular soil is a sandy soil because C is equal to 0. Or if you're performing direct shear test on sand, you will get this kind of graph where the strength envelope or the failure envelope or the Morse envelope is passing through 0. So you can make out what kind of graph you will get when you're testing certain types of soil. If you're testing a sandy soil, you will know that the cohesion value will be less. Or if you're testing a clay soil, okay, sticky soil, cohesive soil, you will know that cohesion will be more and friction will be less. That is, this angle will be less and this cohesion value will be more. So, or by looking at a graph, okay, by looking at a graph, you can say whether the soil is cohesive soil or cohesionless soil or whatever. So by looking at this graph, okay, I can say that the given soil is a cohesionless soil just by looking at the graph because C is equal to 0 and its shear strength, it is mainly due to the friction between the soil particles, individual soil particles. So uh, just by looking at a graph, you can say what type of soil it is. Okay. So uh, if you have understood, just raise your hand. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay. If you have understood, you can